There's one aspect of photography that's always fascinated me. Go out and ask 50 regular people what looks more artistic, black and white or color photography, and I guarantee that 90% of them will say something like this. I don't know, probably black and white. It just looks more dramatic, powerful, emotional, etc. Which is interesting because everyday folks generally don't know the history or purposes of black and white. Why is black and white such a mainstay in the fine arts and moving to such a degree that even non-artsy folks love it? I've thought about this a lot and for a long time, and the first thing that hit me is that it's an instant abstraction. Black and white intrinsically conveys that the photographic reality is to be interpreted differently than what we normally see. Clashing colors that serve no real purpose become varying shades of gray. What you receive is a universal gradient that steadies the viewer's attention to the elements that matter. The stark difference of black and white compared to regular life sets the artist, and observer into a different frame of reference. This could be a reason why people have long been drawn to it, and why even in the early days of color, black and white maintained a particular fascination. Black and white hasn't lost prominence in nearly 200 years, and you could argue that at this point, it's by definition timeless. What makes an artwork timeless can vary from person to person, but we tend to agree on a timeless piece when we witness one. For me, to be timeless means that a work's qualities, morals, and/or themes can be significant in any era due to qualities such as its excellence, influence, or beauty. Picasso's 1937 anti-war painting Guernica is timeless for many reasons. Its abstract, mythical iconography conceptualized a terrible event that every age unfortunately knows too well. War. He created this in response to a very specific instance, but in execution it both encompasses and transcends that act, extracting the spirit of wartime catastrophe itself. Edward Hopper's catalog of New York paintings capture the very heart of solitude and take the viewer's mind to moments where they've longingly gazed out of windows and sat deep in contemplation, basking in the warmth of a slow Sunday afternoon. Hopper's paintings stir many emotions in many around the world, but they also embody the essence of the streets many of us photographers walk every single day. These are scenes that we've all either felt, witnessed, or photographed. But we must not be tricked by the name of his style. Realist painter indeed, but these paintings are many layers removed from reality, in the same way that black and white may do so. To bring it back to photography, Carrie Mae Weems' Kitchen Table series is a raw dive into the multi-layered complexity of femininity that stands both high and alone in the canon of photography. Using the kitchen table as a stage, Carrie Mae Weems crafted an experience where some of life's most significant moments would unfold. Scenes of romance, caretaking, internal struggle, and reflection all take place in this masterful setup that exists as a constellation of womanhood. This is the only photo book to make me cry, and I cried a lot. She crafted beautiful universal stories from a hyper-specific place. These works are timeless because they encompass universal narratives that have existed and will continue to exist until they sound the horns. A great black and white photograph won't just embody your time, but it'll embody the very spirit of what the photograph captured in the first place. Removing color entirely primes the mind to perceive things abstractly because it's one less thing that roots you back in reality. While color is a powerful aspect of visual arts, it can also be one more thing that can either intensify the appeal or date your photograph. The lovely colors of Kodachrome practically personify the spirits of the 70s and 80s streets. In that era, it was one of the best and most convenient options available, and as a result, it decorates nearly all of the insights that we have of that time of color photography. In hindsight, Kodachrome itself is part of why many of these older images are so charming in the first place, and its scarcity only plays into the mystique. Steve McCurry shot the last roll a couple of decades ago, so you and I will never get a chance to have a fresh pack of it. You just look at an image like this and you immediately know that it was not taken in the last 10 years. Sure, outfits, environments, what have you can have a similar effect, but the color is one more thing that immediately sounds that off. But black and white doesn't share this characteristic in the same way. Some do mistake black and white as trying to make pictures look old, but that just comes down to a lack of information and general unfamiliarity with visual arts. But even if that were the case, it wouldn't be the black and white itself that's making these images look old. It's additional context such as the environment, style of dress, what have you. From a compositional standpoint, Many frames captured in black and white see that their elements are amplified. The simplicity of monochrome is gorgeous, and the drama between light and dark can be enhanced. Patterns can be strengthened, and light exists as more than simply illumination. For example, even in this color image of mine, in color it's solid, but strip it away and the image begins to sing. There's powerful work going on with light and shadow here, but color does not serve an empowering purpose. Remove it, and it emphasizes the very thing that made the image strong in the first place. Great photos can exist in black and white or color, but there's times where color serves an image and where black and white serves it better. But do understand, black and white and color are two different visual languages, and they can speak to the heart of a viewer or from you, the artist, in significantly different ways. I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Dorian Coleman, and I'll see you in the next one.